The following is a presentation of TFNN. Live at TFNN, the Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex.
Let's go to Scott in Colorado Springs. Hey, Scott, what's going on?
Good morning, guys. How are you?
We're doing great, man.
I want to thank you for bringing this Nadex platform to our attention.
Oh, cool.
It's one of the most powerful things that I've seen.
Yeah, it is certainly a platform that not only is neat, but what's so sweet about it, folks, if you haven't tried it out yet, is that when you put your trade on, that is your stop. So what happens is this. Everyone's excuses all the time is that I moved my stop, I didn't put my stop. Well, that is your stop.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's perfect. You can set your trades and go do something else.
Now, Tom O'Brien and Steve Rhodes.
Welcome, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. I'm Steve Rhodes with Daryl Martin joining us as he always does each and every Friday. Good morning, Daryl. How are you?
Hey, I'm doing great this morning. I already got some trades on and off.
Oh,
and,
good,
yeah.
good. Good. We'll go through that. Let's just give you a quick wrap of the markets here. We've got the Dow trading down 9 points right now, folks. S&P up about 2. Composite up 9. Small caps down 27 cents right now. The NDX up 12 points. We'll go take a little peek at Apple, see what Apple is doing. You've got King Dollar up 15 ticks. Gold up $11, trading out at $17.37. Silver out at $32.67. That's up 43 cents. That's up 1 3/10% this morning. Light sweet crude flat, down or up 22 cents. Over in Asia, last night it was red arrows across the board. A little bit flat in the Shanghai. The Hang Seng, though, down 182 points, another 0.9%. The Nikkei off 0.9% as well, off 80 points. The DAX here, we're going to be paying attention to the DAX because it's up against a couple levels of support here. The DAX now down 57 points. The FTSE only off 17 out there. And if you were listening in on the 9 o'clock show, we saw the bulls first gave a sign. We're looking at kind of ultra short-term charts, 10-minute charts out here. The bulls in the ES Mini and the NASDAQ created some hammer candles out there. And did just a very shallow retracement. Said 1376 was the price that the ES Mini was going to head to. It has achieved that level. It's trading out at 1377 right now. No bulls no bears in sight at the moment, but they are probably lurking in the woods, so to speak, out there.
So we also had the gap fills too.
Okay.
With all of them.
All right, good. Now, folks, if you haven't had a chance to check out the Nadex platform, go over to the homepage of TFNN.com. And over on the right-hand side, you'll see the Nadex banner. It takes you just a few moments to do that. Also, Daryl, and he'll teach you how to do that. You can listen to his show each day. Daryl is on from 1 to 2, Monday through Friday. Did a great job yesterday, by the way, filling in for Tom from 5 to 6. So
Thanks, it was fun.
Nice job out there. And he's also created the Nadex box spread analyzer system out there. So we're going to go through that. We'll take a look at that. We'll take a look at the trades that he's put on. I'll just simply pay attention to some of the intraday charts out here, waiting to see if there are any bears that show up. But go ahead and, Daryl, tell the folks some of the trades that you're either looking at right now or trades that you've put on.
All right, yeah. Most of my trades I put on this morning, I already closed out.
Okay.
So now I'm sort of wishing I would have held on to them a little longer, but that's all right.
You weren't listening to my 9 o'clock show.
I was trading.
Okay.
Of course, I guess that's a perfect thing. I need to be putting two together, don't I? I'm like,
that's okay.
Well, I was trading 4 different markets at one time. So
Okay,
I'm like,
good.
And when I went in and I basically look at on a daily basis. Now I filter. I don't do every gap. And for those who don't know what gaps are, basically on when you're looking at the futures market, it's where when it closes the previous day at 4:15 and it opens this morning at 9:30. The difference in price. Okay. So if it opens lower, then you fade the gap, you buy. If it opens higher, you fade the gap, you sell. And the reason that gaps usually fill is because the stocks were closed, but the futures were open, so they were moving based on international markets, currencies, all sorts of other valuations going on in the middle of the night.
Right.
And news reports, stuff like that. So as those reports are coming out, everything's moving, but all the stock orders, all those limit orders in the stock market haven't got filled yet.
Right.
And so, the market exists for one reason and one reason alone, to fill orders. That's what an exchange is for, the exchange of orders. And so a lot of times most of the time gaps will fill and go up and fill in those prices. And when they do that, then that's what you call the gap fill play. And so I go in and I'll either look at spreads or binaries. A lot of times I do binaries because I'm looking for sometimes a small movement. But like this morning, if I go over and I look at, and you want to look at the settlement price, that's the best price to look at on a gap fill. That's the standard. A lot of times people will go in and they'll look at just the closing price.
Okay, they're picking up your screen so the folks can follow along on Tiger TV. So, folks, if you're just listening in to us, maybe listening on your mobile device, you can always catch a replay of this show on Channel 10 out there. That way you'll be able to follow along with Daryl and the charts that he's showing you. Go right ahead.
Awesome. Yeah, and so, basically the market, opened up on the S&P over here. You can see like it, was pretty low at 1369. We had, a lot of ability to take advantage of that because we were looking for it to move back up to 1375 on the S&P. And, there's multiple gaps. So if we go over here, let's see, I can zoom in on the chart that helps out a little bit. Like on the Dow, the Russell, was about at 788, and we expected it to come up to about 791. Now, that's a gap fill alone, okay? It could go further, whatever.
Right.
And so you buy, when it gets up there, you sell. So literally, that's that simple, okay? Same thing on the S&P, and even the Dow, which was really lagging behind, but finally just now filled in the gap. It was lagging behind, but what pushed the rest of the stuff up, and that's one of the things I was concerned about, but it came in as a positive number, is the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report came in at 955 there.
Yeah.
And that came in better than expected. Came in at 84.9, and they thought it would be 82.6.
Well, the bulls knew it was going to come in better than they expected at 820. They created one of my hammer candles out there. And then I had a little bit of follow-through. So...
Well, with your hammer candles, the gap fill, the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report, everything was lining up. So, you're right. You put all those together. And what's cool is looking at the charts, like what you're talking about right now, all that information is in the chart.
Right.
And as you learn to read the chart, you don't have to be as reliant upon mastering all the other pieces. They give you a heads up, but it sort of confirms, hey, wait a minute, like you said, the bullish engulfing, bullish engulfing candle you had this morning? So the bullish
it just depends on what time frame you're looking at. Yes.
Right. So, but the candle you're looking at should have that information because the markets know before you know. Obviously, okay. That the boys on Wall Street have all the information already, and so that's one of the reasons that there actually is a gap. A lot of times they'll drive it down because they know that good news is coming out, and so they're setting it up for a nice play for themselves. But
and I think I think for folks that want to learn to trade, the easiest the techniques that each of us use out here, they work on all different time frames, all different charts out here. And so the Nadex platform is really a nice way to be able to go ahead and set up a trade out there. Because number one, you've got limit. You set it and forget it. It is the Ron Popeil system for going ahead and placing trades. And what you can use is different systems out there. So whatever system you use, I like to use a system where I wait for the market to tell me what it's going to do. Leave my bias at the door because I know the market can and will do what it wants to do. I've got no control over it. What I do know
really?
Is that absolutely. You learn that pretty quick out there. It's usually one of those first lessons that you finally learn. And when you receive that lesson out there, and then you realize now you're looking for where are the signals out here. Well, for me, the signals are, I know that you use a lot of standard deviation levels to understand when the rubber band has
implied deviation.
Yep, to stretch to one area or another. Oftentimes that is nothing more than, from my standpoint, using Fibonacci expansion. Or A to B equals CD. So it's really the same thing, just said a different way, maybe graphed out a little bit differently. And then I'm always waiting for the bulls and bears to give me a signal out there.
Well, what you can do is if you can put both together, like if the fib levels and the deviation levels have confluence, then that gives you even more confidence.
Yeah, absolutely. And so the Nadex platform, it's a great way, folks, for you to be able to go ahead and test out that system, test out your skills, hone your skills in, and there's several different ways for you to be able to learn these tools out there. Obviously, just continuing to listen to the shows, or maybe using or attending one of the workshops out there. I know Basil has a live workshop coming up in December, 2-day workshop. It's an online workshop. I've got a couple workshops that I have done. You can go to my members page and you can, my members page, click on my name, and you'll see the buying and the selling of the D point. That's where you just simply let the market do 75% of the work for you. Daryl's got education with regard to the box spread analyzer that he's created. So there is a huge source of educational techniques out there, that you can use. So why don't you share, is there some trades right now that you're taking a look at, putting on, or you've been watching?
Right. Well, I mean, I'm short gold.
Okay.
So I just sold gold. Actually, I was long gold. I did a straddle on gold on the election night. I bought and sold 2 binaries on gold, and weekly binaries. Okay,
so let's go over to the gold market. And so, what was the time? So, what time frame are you using? When are you going to be out of that gold trade?
Okay. Well, I got out on my long gold already.
Okay.
So, and now it hit one of my deviation levels. So I'm actually hopping in a little early. And short of gold at 1737.
Okay, 1737. So pretty much at the high of the session. It got up to 1739 earlier today.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a deviation level set right at that. Let's see, I can pull them up for you and show you. It's pretty...
Yeah, so I'm going to go down to kind of an ultra short-term chart. I'll go down to the 5-minute chart here. It'll take me just a few minutes. But go ahead. So explain to the folks the trade. Show them what you've set up, the tools that you use in order to be able to do that.
So, yeah, you can see, basically at a deviation level of 1737.83.
Okay.
So, and so that basically lets me know, okay, at this point, I'm looking to do a reversal. I already was long. I closed out my long gold trade. And then I'm like, okay, I'm ready for this thing to go ahead and fall back down now into the end of the day for a short-term trade. And so you can go in and basically put on a short gold. There's a lot of different ways to trade it.
Yep.
And also the other trade that I did this morning, and this one I think is a really good one to teach people on how it works.
Yes.
Is... look at Wall Street 30. I'll show you there's several of them, but this one is just sort of the one of the cooler examples here.
So what's kind of cool is that you had your standard deviation level set at 1737, and so just simply on normal A to B equals CD breathing pattern, 1737 was a 1 to 1.272 A to B equals CD. Now, if you just simply take a look at coming off of the lows, and I'm looking at a 5-minute chart out here. So in the low on gold, we're taking a look at the 8:10 time frame. 1726.90, and you can see that the retracement that it did was 0.382. That tells you, folks, that it's going to do more than a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. Whether it's going to be 1 to 1.27, 1 to 1.618, you don't know, but the bears will eventually show up and tell you. And so if we take a look at it, it gets to 1737. It really was a series of 3 candles out here. You actually had a rising 3-candle formation that formed as you got to 9:45, as you just simply got a close above the price of 1736.80. That set up the next move, which was up to 1739. Gold actually got up to, as we said, 1739.40, and now I do see the bears have shown up. So it looks like a nice trade there, Mr. Martin.
Thank you very much. And, so I'm sort of seeing them line up across the boards here. It's nice when it all comes together.
It is. Now, so when we come back, we're going to take a look at where the intraday trade on gold might set up. Looks to me like 1731, 1729. 877-927-6648. Daryl Martin, Steve Rhodes. We've got the Dow down $1.80. We'll be right back, folks.
What type of investor are you? Conservative, moderate, or aggressive? No matter your investor personality, your overall portfolio should reflect your financial goals, time horizon, and your risk tolerance. Help ensure your portfolio is appropriately invested with an asset allocation plan from Morgan Stanley Wealth Management. Simply picking the right stocks is not enough. Research has shown that choosing the right proportions of stocks, bonds, and cash is essential to the success of your long-term investments. Morgan Stanley believes a carefully selected portfolio can lower volatility and increase investment return potential. Find out about what an asset allocation and a Morgan Stanley Wealth Management financial advisor can do for you. Call Angela O'Brien, First Vice President and Financial Planner of the Clearwater, Florida branch at 727-441-6108 today to discuss your personal financial needs. Asset allocation does not assure a profit or protect against loss in declining financial markets. Investments and services are offered through Morgan Stanley Wealth Management, LLC. Member SIPC.
with the launch of Tiger TV. TFNN has brought our programming to the next level. With Tiger TV, you can gain access to each host's charts and computer screens as they host their daily stock program. Whether it's Tom O'Brien, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Ken Shreve, David White, Larry Pesavento, Victor Jones, or Daryl Martin, you can catch all of our technicians hosting their programs live and archived on Tiger TV for your viewing pleasure 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. If you haven't checked out Tiger TV, then visit TFNN.com and see what you're missing.
You take a hands-on approach to managing your investment strategy. You're always looking for the next trading opportunity to magnify your perspective. Direction Shares connects sophisticated traders with a powerful array of ETFs from a wide range of asset classes. The markets may go up and down, and you want tools for both sides of the trade. Discover how we can help at DirectionShares.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction Shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction Shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction Shares at 800-851-0511. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors employing dynamic strategies. Investors in the fund should understand the consequences of seeking daily investment results, understand the risk of shorting, and intend to actively monitor and manage their investments. Distributor Foresight Fund Services, LLC.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den, but wondered, what exactly is it? The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of your favorite TFNN shows, plus see all the charts as they happen live during those shows, and have access to all those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days. It will greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
Millionaires are made every day. The fact is, living your dreams is possible. Someone, somewhere is going to get rich. My recommendation is, let that be you. Each day, someone is making the decision to better themselves and creating a plan to fulfill their financial dreams. Let that be you. The key to turning dreams into reality is to take massive action. Let that be you. I'm Steve Rhodes, co-host of the Money Master Show with Tom O'Brien, seen daily at TFNN, and I can help you with your journey to great wealth. I'll show you how to create the ultimate financial edge, a set of tools, insights, and strategies that are part of my daily newsletter service, Mastering Probability. You'll have direct access to me by phone, email, and my private library of trading and investing secrets for 30 days with an unconditional money-back guarantee. I'll take your trading to the next level. Click on my name, Steve Rhodes, on the homepage at TFNN.com and turn your dreams into reality. Mastering Probability, folks. Let that be you.
This segment is brought to you by Goldfields. For more information, just click the Goldfields banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Daryl Martin, Steve Rhodes here, and we're celebrating the one and only Tom O'Brien's birthday. I believe he turns 36 today. He is out there celebrating in style. I'm sure he'll be back with us on Monday. Started his birthday celebration just a little bit early. And, we've got our man Al in the production room doing just simply a fantastic job, integrating some of these cool birthday songs for us. In fact, folks, if you know some birthday songs out there, if you were in the den, you could type them in there for Al. You could help him out here because it is a birthday celebration. Right now we've got the Dow up 22 points, the S&P up 6, Composite up 16, Russell up $1.70 out here. We're taking a look at gold right now. I was looking at really just an ultra short-term chart out here. Daryl using the Nadex platform to put on a spread, both going long and short. Earlier he was long, closed that out, went short. And if you haven't had a chance, again, folks, go to the homepage at TFNN.com, and on the right-hand side you'll see the Nadex platform. You can test the system out. They'll put a nice cool 25 grand in your account out here. Now, on the gold trade that you're looking at, so when I take a look at just simply ultra short-term charts out here, what was the spread you were looking at?
The spread I was looking at for gold?
So, yeah, because you went short at 1737, and so you were looking, your target on gold was where?
My target on gold right now is to full retrace it back to the settlement of yesterday.
Okay. So, when I take a look at just ultra short term here, not that necessarily, this trade here would have worked out. So it did make the 1 to 1.618 A to B equals CD,
so
just above your, that's right, just
so.
above your standard. Now, when I take a look at that ultra short term chart, it says that it should have pulled back to 1731.70, got down to, and that's just nothing more than sweet 618, got down to 1732. Close enough for me in my work. And so right now, the bulls trying to show up for work here. They haven't just yet. Again, but this is the ultra short term. Are there some other trades out there that you're looking at?
Some other trades that one of the things I want to go over is gap fill trades, is just to help people understand like a better way to trade them.
Yeah.
Because when you want to do gap fills, they can be pretty scary because you are, fading. Usually you're fading the market. Like it's heading down when it opens and you're buying.
Sure.
And so as an example on that, what I did was I went in and did several binary trades this morning. You could also do this with spreads if it's big enough. You need more room. You can make more with spreads if it's larger.
Yes.
If it's smaller, you got to do a binary trade. And so I went in and looked at several of them, and I'll show you the Dow example. I closed this one out a little bit earlier than this, but I just want to show you exactly how it works. Is you would have came into the market opened up here, and you could have got in about $20 on the trade. Okay, maybe even a little less. I was able to get in at 15 on this trade when I got in. Okay. And when the gap filled a little bit later, so you got the Wall Street 30 and the gap filled. Let's see here. I'll back out on this chart. I backed out too much. There we go. So gap filled right up here. You're on 12,780, and you had that happen right around about 10:15 or so. And so over here, you could have came in, you could have got out of the trade for anywhere between $25 to $35 dollars easily. And so you went in and you were able to double your money on the trade. Okay, double your risk. So go in and get in for 15, get out for 30.
Yes.
And you had completely defined risk. So even if it went way against you, you only risked $15. And that doesn't sound like a big deal, $15, who cares? But you can also do 10 contracts. You can also do 100 contracts.
Yes.
Okay? So if you're doing 10 contracts, you're risking 150. Well, try to do that when you're actually trading. That's that's only a few point movement, on the Dow there. I guess it wouldn't be points because how it ticks.
Right.
It's not a big move. And for it to move that far against you. And so one of the things I want to do is, always teach people how to minimize risk. And like I said, gap trades are one of my favorite trades to do because you get in, you're done in usually 30 minutes or less. But you want to have that defined risk, so if it does just go against you, then you're okay. And the best thing is it can go against you all day long. Your risk never increases, but it can come back. And so binaries and box spreads are both great ways to actually trade gap fill trades.
Review for the folks, how to use the box spread analyzer. Because that's a unique tool, very unique tool, something that you created to really, in order to be able to make using the Nadex platform efficient. And that's really what it's all about, is being able to, first we want to be able to help you make sure that you understand reward to risk out there, and the Nadex platform, that allows you to set it and forget it. But now it's a matter of being able to filter through. It's really a filter, isn't it? That allows you to go out and truly filter whatever it is that you want to trade and find these setups within inside Nadex that are the best possible options for you, plays for you. When we get back, we're going to have Daryl go through the box spread analyzer out there. Right now, we've got the Dow up 8, S&P up 5, Composite up 14, Apple's up $8. The bulls trying to show their heads inside Apple. We'll be right back.
You've heard Tom O'Brien on the air, and you've seen him on Tiger TV, as well as being featured as a regular CNBC guest and contributor, and now you can have access to his expert trading advice each morning through his daily trading newsletter, Market Insights. Tom O'Brien's daily newsletter, Market Insights, gives traders, investors, and money managers a thorough strategy for trading stocks, options, and indices every market day. Market Insights comes out each market day before 9:30 a.m. and provides traders with Tom's daily commentary, opinion, and specific trade recommendations on the markets. Using advanced Fibonacci methods, volume indicators, Gartley patterns, candlestick charting, gaps, and market timing, Market Insights will give you specific trade recommendations including entry, stop, and exit prices. The summer is over and traders are back. Get your 2-week free trial to Market Insights today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. If you're an investor looking for a great weekly investment newsletter, then now is the perfect time to try out Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks. Every Tuesday, Ken breaks down multiple sectors in his weekly newsletter, Ultimate Growth Stocks, with a full in-depth report including specific trading recommendations within his model portfolio, charts, sector analysis, upcoming economic data, along with intra-week trading updates on newsletter positions whenever the market dictates. Right now, you can receive a full month, that's 30 days, to evaluate Ken's newsletter free of charge to see if it fits your trading plan. At less than $75 per month, Ken provides you with his expert trading advice that can pay for itself in no time. Take advantage of this great offer by signing up for a 30-day free trial to Ken Shreve's Ultimate Growth Stocks today. Don't let this offer pass you by. Visit the front page of TFNN.com and sign up now.
Daryl Martin coined the phrase diagnostic trading, and we're happy to announce that his diagnostic box spread analyzer has finally been released. The Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer helps you easily identify the best box spreads on Nadex in seconds, plus you receive access to the diagnostic deviation levels, as well as step-by-step training videos teaching you how to trade Nadex spreads so you can quickly master the mechanics of this simple yet powerful trading instrument. By pulling live data from the Nadex exchange, the Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer does all the math for you, calculating risk, reward potential, distance to break even for both outright spreads and spreads used to hedge the underlying market. Visit the front page of TFNN.com today to get your 2-week free trial to Daryl Martin's Diagnostic Box Spread Analyzer and gain access to the valuable information it can provide when trading the Nadex box spreads.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's Nadex.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
This segment is brought to you by Crocodile Gold. For more information, just click the Crocodile Gold banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks, to the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour with Daryl Martin. I'm your host, co-host Steve Rhodes as well. Thanks so much for joining us, folks, and stay tuned today because it is a fantastic Friday, and on Fantastic Fridays, we've got a great setup for you. The host here today, we've got, following this show, we go up to Newton, Massachusetts, to Basil Chapman from 11 to 12, and then it's all about your health and your wealth here at TFNN. So from 12 to 1, we're going to get healthy with Nico DeHaan. Stay tuned. That's always a great hour. Back to Daryl Martin from 1 to 2, back out to Texas. And then on our way back here to Clearwater, we fly all over the place. Back for David White from 2 to 3, Ken Shreve from 3 to 4. Filling in for Tom today, I believe Ken will do the 4 to 5 hour, and David will do the 5 to 6. So stay tuned today, folks. As I do take a look at the markets here, the Dow's up 4 points right now. S&P up 4 as well. Composite up 14. Small caps up $1.66. I was taking a look at the 30-year Treasury here, and the 30-year Treasury today completing a 1-to-1 A to B equals CD, and it has had a nice move out there, and it looks to me like we'll see where this finishes off. But this could be the most bullish sign out there. I'm sorry, the most bearish sign would actually see the market to move up today, for bonds to pull back. In fact, bonds could actually pull back quite a bit and go test the little trend line that they broke out of. But right now, we'll see what kind of candle here shows up at the end of the day in bonds out here. But if you are bulls, folks, really, if you're bulls, you don't want to see the market close up today and Monday and Tuesday. Isn't that kind of odd, Daryl? That's the, to me, that's the setup out there. And you were talking about, you're fading the gap and so forth. And really the most bullish sign would be for the markets to continue moving down into the middle of next week out there. Bearish would be the markets to actually bounce from here. The markets are set to bounce, so just depends what it is that you're looking for out there. But in these markets, we can find just about anything. In fact, if we go over to Europe here right now, one of the things you're going to want to be paying attention to coming into the 11:30 hour is going to be the DAX. The DAX has been got back up inside its longer-term price channel. It broke through an area of support here this morning. If the DAX closes up above the September 6th high, which is 71.72. What the DAX will have done today effectively is tested horizontal resistance, tested the rising trend line resistance, and that sets up a pop into the middle part of next week. So that will be a bullish sign inside the DAX, but I think longer term, it's a bearish sign. We're going to go back to Daryl. He's created this incredible tool, folks, for using the Nadex platform. Really an incredible filter system so that when you decide what it is that you want to trade, it can automatically do so much of the work for you in identifying what the best reward to risk setups are. So it's really a great way for you to be able to save your time. Again, if you haven't been over to the Nadex platform, go set up an account. It's free to use. It's got some great charting tools that are inside there. Daryl's here 5 hours a week, as well as you can access him at other times as well. He's created these great tools. So let's go back to Daryl and take folks through the box spread analyzer, why you created it. I think I know why you created it. And, how they can use this to improve their trades using the Nadex platform.
Okay, well, the box spread scanner, basically, if you're trading over on Nadex, it can get, confusing, would be the
because
easy
you
way
have
to put
so
it.
many options.
Exactly, yeah. And it's not that the products are hard to trade. It's just you're going in and, you say, hey, I want to buy, I want to sell gold. And then all of a sudden you have 13 different choices to choose from to go over and place your trade.
Yes.
And by the time, you place your trade, by the time you go through 13 different choices, your trade's over. You could have been looking for a 5-point move or a 6-point move in gold, and it moved 5 points in 30 minutes easily, So as a trader, I didn't have time to go analyze the best spread. So either I would just choose a spread, that lined up pretty good with what I was looking for.
Yes.
And I ended up giving up some pretty good profits when I did that, because sometimes I wouldn't choose the best spread, or I'd take on more risk than I needed to.
Right.
Because I just didn't have time.
Right.
Or I would miss out on the trade because I was trying to find the best one. And so I was like, you know what? There has to be a way to do this live, fast, quick. And so actually, I got some programmers and hired them to go in and build all the stuff for me. I'm like, okay, here's what I want it to look like. Here's what I want it to do. Here's I want, all the functionality I want. I built this for my own trading.
Absolutely. No. Hey, those are the best systems.
Yeah. And so I went in and I got a live fixed data feed from the Nadex exchange. So literally the data's coming in live every, second or less, whatever. It's basically updating.
Yes.
And then I did all the math that I manually had to do before. So, I built an Excel sheet, and I try to do all the math manually. Of course, the prices are always changing, so your math is always changing.
Sure. It's nice to have something that...
And so it feeds in, and then I looked at, okay, well, what are the, most important things for me? So I wanted all the instruments, so I could find, I could compare any one of the indices at once if I wanted to.
Yes.
Whatever. And I'm like, okay, I want to be able to narrow it down, because I don't want to have to, even if I had all the math, I don't want to look at all the math. Because if I go in here and go, all right, show me every instrument with all the math done, that's still a big list. Even if I have all the math done. And so I needed to filter it down. So I'm going to go, you know what? I don't want to risk more than $100 when I'm doing a spread.
Yeah.
Per spread. Now, of course, I could do 50 of them.
And so let's do it right now. Let's say that you wanted to take the bullish side of the gold trade.
Okay.
Okay, and so, I would say right now the floor would be that 1731 level. Because that's what we hit. That was just the normal 618. It has set up a Gartley buy pattern on the 5-minute chart that we're looking at. Right. And you got a little bullish engulfing candle. It's really a bull sash candle on the 5-minute chart, so it's a bullish candle. If I get confirmation here coming into 10, let's see, this is a 5-minute chart I've got up on the screen. So if we get confirmation in the next 5 minutes out here, I would be one that would jump on the long side of the trade. So let's just see what scans are out there that we could take.
Okay. So what I do is I choose gold.
Yep.
And then I choose, I'll show you. We'll go make it simple. I'll just choose buy.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. Cool.
And then I'll say I want to be able to make at least $2 for every $1 risk. Have the potential to make that. Okay.
Okay. Great.
So reward risk ratio.
Yes.
And then what it's done now is it's taken all of the spreads down to just this.
Okay.
So whereas before we had obviously a lot of spreads on there.
Yes.
And so now I go in here and go, okay, well, you're looking for 5-minute candles. Obviously, an 18-minute candle or 18-minute spread isn't going to do you any good.
Yes.
So,
and that would be where my target would be if this Gartley buy program, but Gartley buy pattern works, then you would see gold trade up to 1743.
Okay.
So that'd be kind of my range, if you will.
Excellent. Okay, so what we'll do is we'll go in and go, we want to get rid of the 18-minute spread because that's not going to do us any good.
Yes.
Okay, it expires in 18 minutes.
Got it.
So I go
don't
here
think
and go,
that's
you know
gonna
what?
happen.
Let me get rid of that and just say minimum 30 minutes. That narrows it down for me.
Okay.
And I can even narrow it down further if I want to. So I can make it where it's only the ones that I have ones that are expire in an hour.
But even when you chose 30 minutes, there were 5 options that pop up on your screen.
5 options.
Yeah, so that's enough to certainly analyze. Okay.
Okay, so if I go, do I think an hour is enough time? So if I think an hour is enough time for the potential trade, definitely on gold it could easily do that, right?
Yeah, I would say realistically I would need to about 12:30. So I'm thinking a couple hours.
Okay, so let's go ahead and knock those options off. So we'll go in here and we'll just say 80 minutes or whatever.
Yes.
Now we only have 2.
Okay. I love it.
So it's really narrowed it down for us a lot. And we have 2 trades. One of them is way out of the money. Okay. And so it has to move 15 points. That isn't going to do us any good. All right.
So it's got to move to 1750.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's that's worthless to us.
Got it.
So there's only one choice. And it is the 1730 to 1770 spread.
Okay.
It only has to move a point and a half to be a break even.
Yeah.
Okay, now 1.2.
Okay.
And the risk on the trade, $65. All right.
Yep.
And has potential to make 333. And you said your target was
1744 would be just a normal A to B equals C to up. So that would be my target.
All right. So that's about a 9-point move from where we're buying at. Okay?
Yes.
So on this trade, we'd be looking at about a $60 risk for about a $90 profit potential.
Okay.
And so if that's the trade that we wanted to do, now the big thing, of course, on this trade is it can move against us as far as it wants to.
That's right. And what I've risked here was $60.
Yes.
Yeah.
$60.
Yeah.
Yep.
So for me, that would be the trade that I would take on gold, and the reason is, folks, is because it made the retracement that it was supposed to make. Again, I'm looking at intraday charts. I'm just simply using candle patterns that are out there. But here's a way that you can just simply use whatever system it is that you would use and go ahead and incorporate it into the Nadex platform. And that's the real beauty, folks, is that filter system, that box spread analyzer. I mean, that's the coolest thing, Daryl.
Yeah, it
really great job. Really great job. Yeah, really great job
I didn't calculate
developing that for you.
Awesome, appreciate that. And one of the things you notice is the only thing I calculated was, okay, where do I want to take profit and where am I buying?
Yes.
Well, you're doing that anyway.
Right. That's right. That's right.
So I didn't have to calculate, okay, how long is that till expiration? How far is it to me to break even? What's the risk? What's the reward? What's the reward risk ratio potential on the trade? I didn't have to do any of that. It's already done for me. It's instant. And when I'm ready to place the trade, so since we're sort of doing this right here,
yes,
I just go over here and just click buy, and it actually will open the ticket for me in the Nadex platform automatically.
Now that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, so I don't have to go through now and go through Nadex and try to find where is that spread out of the 13 spreads available.
Yes.
I click one button, it opens the ticket, and I'm set for the day. So and I put it on, and my trade's done. Now I can put a take profit order in as soon as I place that trade. And makes it this very, very easy, very simple. And because you want to use Nadex is what you're using for your risk management.
Yes.
And it's what you're using to trade gold or S&P, the S&P futures.
That's your whole setup, and forget it. So I would right now. We got to 10:45. We got a little slightly higher close, a little kind of a shooting star. So the Bears trying to really take control of that session here in that last 5 minutes. But for me, I would go ahead and take that trade. It would be simple.
You would just click on the buy order on that.
Even though you're on the other side, it's still, again, just really take a look at the patterns that are out there. And again, this is ultra short term that is out here, and it just depends what your bias is. But it's a nice way, for me to have just quickly said, okay, here's a possible pattern set up. you to go ahead and use the analyzer. And we did that with, we spent more time talking about how you would filter things out than anything else.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if you just went in and said $100 to buy, and then clicked on, I wasn't logged into my.
No, that's good.
So that's why that came up.
Yeah.
But see, there it pops up. It'll take it for you automatically. But yeah, I mean, you just put 100 to, and then buy on there, and then you can say I want at least this much time till expiration.
Yes.
And it'll automatically filter it down. And by the way, the other thing it does is it does it across the board with those parameters. So I'm like, I don't want any trades that don't meet these requirements. Then if I go in and go, I want to check out the indices also to see what's available on that, or I want to look at silver or copper or whatever, then it'll go through and actually narrow down all the trades for me with those exact same risk parameters.
Right. Yeah, and what's really cool about it is that, what I try to teach people is this. Number one, when it comes to trading and investing, you have to run it like a business. The moment that you switch over and you run it like a business, all the other things that happen in any other business environment that you're in, such as waste, if you're in a service business, you're dealing with waste of people's labor. If you're the owner and you're in a service business, it's how much can you bill out, billable time for that, accounting firm, legal firm, whatever it is. If you own a retail store, you're dealing with, if it's products, you're dealing with styles, things going out of fashion. You've got waste cost. If you run a grocery or produce store, you've got waste. Every business has waste. And when it comes to trading, waste is nothing more than losing trades. You want to find trades that have a high probability of working for you. You want to make sure you understand what your actual trading system is. And then the whole way to be able to generate higher returns is to go out and find more trades. A lot of times, what I find is people spend time placing the trade and they're focused on their existing trade as if any of us could really do anything about it.
Yeah, sort of cheering quietly, like, come on, you can do it. Yeah.
You can't.
We've all been there.
You just can't. I mean, you can certainly exit a trade, but if you found a trade where the right reward to risk is in place, focusing on your existing trade is not the thing to do. What you want to do is you want to go out and you want to find new trades. You want to find more trades out there. And so being able to have that tool, certainly allows you to be able to do that. That's what's so nice about it. And folks can test drive that for how long? What's the program that we have out here with it?
They'll actually be able to test drive 2 weeks. So 2-week free trial, costs nothing. You also get 2-week trial to the demo account here in Nadex.
Yes.
And just like on that trade right there, we put it in. Okay, risk is managed.
Yeah.
All right. And we go in on the flip side, and we go, okay, you know what? Our target was, what did we say, 17? You said 45?
1744.
44, okay. So put that in at 1744. We hit place order, and now I have a working order.
Yes.
Down here that's going to, basically work for me, so I don't have to sit here. I'm done with my trade for the day.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't need to set it. I don't need to watch it. I probably am better off if I don't.
Well, because you can't control it. I mean, it's really very it's really very simple. You can't, and it's like anyways. You run it like a business, and you're going out and you're finding more trades. I mean, that's what that fit to your pattern out there. Because watching the existing trade will just simply drive you crazy. But the beauty there is that I like that Ron Popeil. Love that guy. Pocket. You're too young to have gotten a Ron Popeil pocket fisherman. But they were great tools out there. But I liked it when he created those new things for roasting your turkeys and your chicken. You set it and forget it. And that's what the Nadex platform is really all about, folks.
And a reminder for you, too, you can always buy and sell at the same time.
That's right. 877-927-6648. Dow's up 16 right now. S&P's up 6. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for a precision edge in the market? Something that can stack the odds in your favor? Then look into Larry Pesavento's new trading newsletter, Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind. In each weekly issue, Larry explains what's going to happen in the markets based on the pattern he sees developing and gives you actionable trade ideas based on those patterns. Plus, you'll get his detailed analysis on a variety of markets and sectors, including stocks, treasury bonds, the gold market, oil, the dollar, the forex market, and more. And you'll get the Technical Corner segment, which is a short but powerful weekly training session on trading. You'll get access to all the patterns Larry is seeing in the markets, plus the Astro Harmonics and powerful Bradley stock market model that Larry utilizes for less than $5 a day. An extremely potent combination that will give you just the edge you've been looking for. Try Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind absolutely free for 2 weeks. Go to tfnn.com and click on the free trial link at the top of the page. That's an $85 value, yours free when you register right now. Get Larry's Patterns, Profits, and Peace of Mind and get the edge you've been looking for.
In just December of last year, the price of gold was down over 10%. In today's highly volatile gold market, you need someone in your corner that understands the complex relationships that exist within the price of gold, as well as within a variety of gold equities. Whether it's the South African gold miners and knowing how the Rand-dollar relationship will affect their bottom line, or understanding how John Paulson's $5 billion trade in the GLD can move the market, Tom O'Brien gives you the direction you need to become a better trader each week in his newsletter, The Gold Report. With over 20 individual equities covered and almost another 20 on the potential watch list each week, in addition to covering the XAU, HUI, GLD, and dollar, The Gold Report is a great source for any trader that is looking to be diversified in today's volatile gold market. For your 30-day free trial to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report, log on to TFNN.com today. Don't miss out on this great offer. Act now. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Let me tell you something, folks. I have people coming up to me saying, I just can't believe the amount of work that Steve does on his newsletter. And I says, I absolutely agree.
That is a recent clip from the Money Masters show that Tom and I do each day at TFNN. My newsletter service, Mastering Probability, is much, much more than a newsletter. Yes, it's outperformed the S&P 500 by 100% during the last 15 months. But more importantly, it's an extraordinary education, a roadmap for your success. And it's yours risk-free for the next 30 days. Just go to the homepage of TFNN.com and click on my name, Steve Rhodes, and then Mastering Probability, because everyone needs a success strategy. For most, it's a competitive edge, the will to win, the drive to overcome any obstacle. Whatever you call it, winners find a way. Find your way to Mastering Probability today, because your journey to extraordinary rewards is just one click away.
Catch Basil Chapman as he uses his Chapman Wave methodology to call the markets. The Tiger Technicians Hour, next on TFNN.
Happy birthday to you. Well, it's time to celebrate your birthday. It happens every year. We'll eat a lot of broccoli and drink a lot of beer. You should be good and happy that there's someone you can eat. A million people every day are starving in the street. Your daddy's in the gutter with the wretched and the poor.
I don't know, Daryl. Are you ready to eat some broccoli on your birthday? That's not
really
number
not
one
any
on
day,
your list?
Personally. My daughter loves broccoli, which is amazing.
Good.
Yeah, so I'm like all for it. You can order all the broccoli you want, but yeah, I don't touch the stuff.
I love it. You know, folks, Daryl Martin, Steve Rhodes here. This is the Nadex Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Right now, we've got the Dow up about 22 points. S&P's up 6. Composite up 19. Apple having a decent showing here today, but I wouldn't be a buyer of Apple. What I do have up on my screen, just kind of give you a feel for the markets, what I think is going to take place. The S&P, I've got the weekly chart on my screen going back to 2009. And what you can see here is you can see the rising price channel that the S&P is in. So it's still in a bullish mode. We do have a correction clearly that is underway. And it looks to me like what the S&P wants to do is come down and test the bottom of this price channel. That will take it back into the June lows, or the June swing point. Most likely the 1329 type area. 1346 would be the next stop on the S&P 500. If we just simply take a look at the daily chart out here on the S&P 500, what it did do was it broke it broke the trend line off of the October 4th lows out there. That was a pretty serious matter. Now, you know what I suspect it will try to do today is try to bounce up, maybe get back inside it. most likely just simply meet a rejection here, travel along this line here for a few days, setting up the next short signal out here. If we do take a look at just simple retracements from lows to highs, and you can do this with your charting tools at home, number one, what you'll see is the 0.618 area is 1346. That's why I say the next level is 1346. But what I really do suspect is that we'll see it get somewhere into the June levels, probably the 1311. That is the 0.786 retracement out there. You know, we'll go from there. And if you take a look at other retracements ever since the lows that were put in, if I go all the way back to the March lows, as a matter of fact, if we start there, and I'll just kind of blow this up on my screen here. I think it's the off of the March lows. Let me see. No, the October. Let me come off of the October lows here. So if we come off of the October lows, if we take a look at from the low in October on the S&P, which was 1074, all the way up to the high that was put in on October 27, 2011, you'll see that that first real correction or retracement was a 0.618 retracement. 1156 is the number. That was the target coming into Thanksgiving last year. 1158 was that low. If we take a look at coming off of Thanksgiving, which is going to be on November 22nd, I thought it was the 29th, and was corrected yesterday. So it is November 22nd out there, 2 weeks from yesterday. How about that? That's coming along pretty quickly. If we do take a look at the off of the correction off of the November lows to the highs that were put in April of 2012, you'll see also we saw a 0.618 retracement out there. So, you know, 3 is a charm. The 0.618 level, 1346. But it looks to me like maybe what we're going to have here is a deeper correction. Why? Well, breaking that trend line there, folks, is one of those reasons why out there. Stay tuned today, folks. Daryl is on from 1 to 2, and so you know you can call him. He'll show you about all of the tools, the box spread analyzer, how to use the Nadex platform. Do yourself a favor, go over to the homepage at tfnn.com, click on the link, get yourself set up, give Daryl a call. He'll teach you how to set it and forget it. Daryl, I hope that you have just simply an incredible, outstanding, wonderful weekend. Do us a favor, tip a beer for Tom, celebrate his birthday, maybe even a little birthday cake today.
Happy birthday to Tom.
I'll send you a piece, all right?
You do it,
Not
man.
that we have one here at the office. Folks, have a great day. I look forward to seeing you on Monday morning. Stay tuned. Basil Chapman will be up next. Then it's all about health. Nico DeHaan, I don't think he's going to be eating any of Tom's birthday cake. Have a great day, folks.
Happy birthday! Happy birthday! Happy birthday!